There are places on the map that feel blank. North Korea is perhaps the ultimate blank space, more rumor than reality. We see the parades, the stoic faces, the grand pronouncements. But what about the life behind the curtain? This isn't just another news report, it's a journey into the heart of the world's most isolated nation. We're exploring the 10 shocking realities of life in North Korea today. If you're curious about the world beyond the headlines, hit subscribe and join us. Let's go where others won't and ask the questions others don't. Your journey to North Korea starts long before arrival, with applications, approvals, and strict rules. The process is meticulous, requiring patience and precision. Every document must be perfect, every detail scrutinized. It's a glimpse into the control that awaits you. Once inside, you're assigned minders, guides who curate your reality and never leave your side. These minders are more than just guides, they are gatekeepers to the world you are allowed to see. Their presence is constant, a reminder of the boundaries you cannot cross. Every step is pre-planned. The itinerary is set in stone. From sunrise to sunset, your day is mapped out with precision. There is no room for spontaneity, no chance to explore beyond the prescribed path. It's a carefully crafted narrative, designed to show only what is intended. You'll see grand monuments and showcase sites but never wander off or visit unsanctioned places. These sites are impressive, a testament to the regime's power and vision. Yet they are also a facade, hiding the complexities of life beyond the tourist trail. Any request to deviate is politely refused. The answer is always, it's not on the schedule. This phrase becomes a mantra, a gentle but firm reminder of the limits imposed on your experience. It underscores the control that defines your visit. You become a spectator in a state-run performance, allowed to look, but never truly interact. The performances are captivating, a display of culture and tradition, yet they are also a barrier, keeping you at a distance from the true essence of the people. Even so, you search for cracks in the facade, a shared glance, a child's laugh, a weary soldier. These moments are rare, but they offer a glimpse into the humanity that lies beneath the surface. They are reminders of the life that exists beyond the curated experience. These fleeting moments hint at the real life you're forbidden to see. They are whispers of stories untold, of lives lived in the shadows of the grand narrative. They leave you with questions, a longing to understand more. In North Korea, you're always a guest, never a participant. Your role is clear, your place defined. You observe, you absorb, but you never truly belong. It's a journey that challenges your perceptions and leaves you with a sense of unease. The experience is both impressive and deeply unsettling. The architecture is awe-inspiring, the history rich and complex, yet the controlled environment, the ever-present watchful eyes, create a tension that lingers long after you leave. It's a journey into a world that is both fascinating and forbidding, a gilded cage that captivates and confines. Imagine, just for a moment, a world where the internet simply doesn't exist. No social media feeds to scroll through, no breaking news alerts from around the globe, and no endless rabbit holes of information on Wikipedia. There are no viral videos, no trending hashtags, and no way to instantly message someone on the other side of the planet. Your window to the world is closed, and the only voices you hear are the ones allowed by those in power. In North Korea, this isn't a thought experiment. This is the reality of daily life. People go about their routines, but the digital world that connects billions elsewhere is completely out of reach. The streets are busy, but the flow of information is tightly controlled and carefully monitored. The global conversation, the constant exchange of ideas, opinions, and news, is silent here. There are no debates about world events, no access to international perspectives, and no way to participate in the digital age as most of us know it. The media landscape is a single, unwavering voice. Every newspaper, every broadcast, every headline reinforces the official narrative. There is no independent journalism, no investigative reporting, and no room for alternative viewpoints. The story of the nation is told in unison, echoing the government's message everywhere you look. Instead of the open internet, North Koreans have Kwangmyong, a closed intranet limited to state-approved content. It's a digital walled garden, offering only what the authorities deem acceptable. There are no international websites, no social networks, and no way to reach beyond the borders of the country. There's no alternative perspective, no dissenting voices, and no window to the outside world. You can't Google a question, you can't fact-check what you hear, and you certainly can't connect with people beyond your borders. Even books and libraries are carefully curated, ensuring only the approved narrative is available. In this environment, you're as isolated as everyone else. The sense of separation isn't just physical, it's intellectual and emotional too. The sameness of daily life is mirrored in the sameness of information, and the silence becomes a part of who you are. The silence is profound, a constant reminder that access to information is not just a convenience but a fundamental form of freedom. Without it, curiosity is stifled, creativity is limited, and the world feels much smaller. Here, that freedom simply doesn't exist. The barriers are not just physical, but digital and psychological, keeping an entire nation in the sound of silence. In Pyongyang, you feel watched, by guides, by neighbors, by the invisible state. Citizens are organized into neighborhood units, each monitoring the other for unorthodox thoughts or behavior. Surveillance is everywhere, at work, at school, in daily life. Privacy is a foreign concept, the collective always comes first. As a visitor, your hotel room may be monitored, your movements restricted. Conversations are cautious, words chosen carefully. Criticism or questioning is rare, too risky. The result is a society built on quiet mistrust and constant vigilance. In North Korea, the walls truly do have ears. In North Korea, speech is a responsibility, not a right. The Kim dynasty's portraits are everywhere, and any disrespect is a grave crime. Questioning the party or its ideology is unthinkable. Art and literature serve the state, not self-expression. People learn early what is safe to say and what must remain unspoken. Even among friends, caution prevails. Trust is never certain. As a visitor, you quickly learn to phrase questions carefully and watch for discomfort. Here, the freedom to speak your mind is a dangerous luxury. Beyond the imposing monuments and carefully maintained facades of Pyongyang, daily life for ordinary North Koreans is a relentless struggle against scarcity. The city's grand architecture stands in stark contrast to the quiet hardships faced by its people. On the streets, men and women move with purpose, their faces often marked by the weight of daily survival. In neighborhoods outside the capital, the sense of deprivation is even more pronounced as families navigate a world where resources are always limited, and uncertainty is a constant companion. The memory of the devastating famine of the 1990s still lingers in the collective consciousness. Meals are often simple and repetitive. Steamed rice, boiled corn, and kimchi form the backbone of the North Korean diet. Meat, eggs, or fresh fruit are rare luxuries reserved for special occasions or the privileged few. For most, every meal is a reminder of what is missing, and the act of eating is less about enjoyment and more about survival. State rations, once the promise of the socialist system, are now basic and frequently insufficient. Long lines form at distribution centers where people wait patiently, ration cards in hand, hoping for enough to get by. The portions are meager, and the quality is often poor, leaving many to seek alternatives just to fill their stomachs. In response, unofficial markets known as Jangmadang have sprung up across the country. These bustling hubs of activity offer goods and food outside the strict control of the state, providing a vital lifeline for millions. Here, people barter, trade, and hustle, doing whatever it takes to support their families. These markets represent a form of grassroots capitalism, born out of necessity and resilience. Women, in particular, have become the backbone of this informal economy, selling homemade goods, vegetables, and even small portions of meat or fish. Their entrepreneurial spirit is a quiet act of defiance and hope. International sanctions and decades of isolation have crippled the North Korean economy, making even basic essentials hard to find. Imports are scarce, shelves in stores often sit empty, and the flow of goods across borders is tightly restricted. This scarcity touches every aspect of daily life, from food to medicine to clothing. In the countryside, resilience is visible in the fields, where farmers tend every plant with painstaking care. With limited machinery and resources, much of the work is done by hand, relying on age-old techniques and sheer determination. Each harvest is uncertain, dependent on weather, government quotas, and luck. For families, the fight for a full bowl is constant and defining. Meals are shared in silence, portions carefully divided so that everyone gets something, even if it's just a few grains of rice. The empty bowl is a powerful symbol, a reminder of both hardship and the enduring hope for better days. For most North Koreans, survival is a daily act of quiet determination. Each day brings new challenges but also small victories, another meal, another day endured. In the face of adversity, the spirit of the people endures, defined not by abundance, but by perseverance and the unyielding will to carry on. The military is the heart of North Korea, everywhere in every aspect of life. Military service is mandatory, shaping young people for years. Soldiers build, farm, and serve as symbols of discipline and loyalty. The military's presence is a constant reminder of the nation's priorities. Society is deeply militarized, fostering a sense of shared struggle and sacrifice. National pride is immense, but the cost is high. Resources and youth devoted to the army. For many, military life is all they know during their formative years. The result, a nation always on guard, always in uniform. Education in North Korea is about molding loyal citizens from the start. Children are taught unwavering devotion to the supreme leaders and the party. Revolutionary history saturates the curriculum. Critical thinking is absent. Even math and music reinforce the state's ideology. Indoctrination begins in kindergarten, with collective chanting and memorization. The goal, a homogeneous, ideologically pure citizenry. Doubt is eliminated before it can begin. The first lesson is clear: think as you're told or not at all. North Korea feels frozen in time, aging technology, crumbling infrastructure, and rural life unchanged for decades. Outside Pyongyang, roads are unpaved ox carts outnumber cars, and electricity is unreliable. Soviet-era concrete blocks dominate cityscapes, new buildings are rare. Economic isolation and military priorities have left civilian life behind. Ingenuity keeps old machines running, but decay is everywhere. The contrast is stark. Nuclear weapons on one hand, hand-washed laundry and rivers on the other. It's a visual testament to skewed priorities. Here, the past lingers and progress is slow. North Korea's defining feature is its deliberate, profound isolation. The Juche ideology of self-reliance justifies sealed borders and strict controls. Leaving the country is impossible for citizens. The outside world is painted as hostile. International sanctions deepen hardship and reinforce the regime's narrative. The result is a powerful us versus them mentality. As a visitor, you feel the separation, cut off from news, family, and the world. You're inside a bubble, acutely aware of the world moving on without you. For North Koreans, this isolation is a daily reality. North Korea's tourist experience is a tightly choreographed showcase. You visit sites like the Kumsusan Palace, the DMZ, and the International Friendship Exhibition, each telling a state-approved story. Guides deliver one-sided accounts. Every visit is a lesson in ideology. If you're lucky, you'll witness the mass games, a breathtaking display of collective discipline and propaganda. Every site is a performance, every moment scripted. As a tourist, you're the audience for a story of victory and loyalty. You marvel at the scale, but always see only what you're meant to see. The spectacle is impressive and deeply controlled. Leaving North Korea, the world rushes back in. Bright, loud, overwhelming. You return with more questions than answers, haunted by what you've seen and what you haven't. This journey was about bearing witness, not finding easy answers. The unscripted moments, the faces, the glances are what stay with you. If you value these stories, subscribe and help us keep exploring. The world is vast, complicated, and beautiful. Let's keep seeking out the stories that matter,